Hello, my friends, and welcome to Pardon My German. And as you can guess probably from the background, we're visiting one of Cologne's cemeteries once again. And today it's a cemetery with quite a lot of historical significance because the Geusenfriedhof, established in 1576, is the oldest Protestant cemetery of the Rhineland. And so, without further ado, let's have a look. The term Geusenfriedhof stems from the French word for the beggars, les gueux. Originally used by the Low Countries' Spanish and Burgundian rulers in a derogatory manner, it was quickly adopted by the Dutch and mostly Protestant rebels against Spanish rule. And with quite a number of Dutch refugees in Cologne during the 80 Years' War, the word crossed the border too. However, as Cologne, for a multitude of reasons, had stayed firmly Catholic during Reformation, Protestants could neither openly practice their faith within the city walls nor bury their dead on the city cemeteries. Ironically, it was a Catholic noblewoman, Ursula von Gohr zu Kaltenbrock, who donated a piece of land outside the walls of the city in order to use it as a Protestant cemetery. Located more than 1 kilometer, 3/4 of a mile, outside the city wall, Geusenfriedhof was used until 1829 and in some cases until 1875. Afterwards, the cemetery fell into oblivion, but was rediscovered and declared a historic monument in 1981. The cemetery is of historic and cultural significance, as early Protestant tombstones followed a different design language than Catholic ones. Display of saints is much less frequent. Instead, we find coats of arms, symbols of professions, and metaphors of death and resurrection. As many of these tombstones are very old, inscriptions are hard and sometimes impossible to decipher. Certainly for a layman like me. However, those cases where birth dates and the like can be read give us a lasting impression. Well, this is a much smaller cemetery, of course, than the ones we've visited before. It was closed in 1829 when finally Protestants were allowed to bury their dead at the central cemetery of Melaten. But it's a very touching experience to visit this site here. These old gravestones, many of which you can no longer read the inscriptions, but it's definitely worth a visit when you're in Cologne. So thank you very much for coming with me here today, and I shall see you on the next video. Bye-bye.